Alright, well, we're still trying to find, uh, we're still trying to find a device to run. I'm settling on the 20th, the Pendulum 20th, that is, specifically because I think we can turbo into a, a usable Digimon fairly quickly on that device. So that's what we're going to be doing, but I gotta kill whoever I had on that last, which was the Magendramon and the Rapidmon from like a couple, more than a few hatches ago now. So that's what we're doing right now. So we're just rolling with the punches, still doing the quest mode. Again, I'm being told 41's where things start getting a little interesting, so we'll see how that goes. I do wish the Z's were compatible with World. Well, really, I just wish I was smart enough to have the hindsight to know that that was the case, but for some reason, I just totally forgot. I don't know what's up with that, but it's okay. We're here now with the Penzi. We're gonna keep it rocking and rolling, and yeah, that's really it. So kind of weird news, I guess, but I ate a turkey today, and it was really weird because it's just like, usually you only eat that. We only eat that 2 times a year, which is like Christmas and Thanksgiving. But we had an extra turkey, so we were just like, "Fuck it! It's already thawed out. We don't really have anyone to give it to. We'll just that'll be dinner today." So that was interesting. But like I said, tasty. Mostly weird more than anything. And look, it's Nidhoggmon, who is going to be in the next set of the Digimon card game, set 4. Nidhoggmon is going to be, I believe, a green Digimon, which is interesting. Green needs more Mega Evolution Digimon, in my opinion, anyway, so not too bad. But yeah, I picked up some hours for tomorrow. Not a lot, just like literally like 3-4 hours. Because right now at my job, a lot of my coworkers still haven't gotten tested, and they're not allowed back without a negative test. So it's just kind of this awkward situation where they can't find a test right now because it's a little hard, and there's just not enough people on my job right now. Thankfully, we're only open for curbside, which means that we're not getting overwhelmed yet, but I do feel a little bad for the librarians because they're picking up more slack. But, who the hell is that? Who was that? I guess we'll find out when we fight them. That was a very interesting looking Digimon. Alright, I just like, oh, like a Marine Angemon. Such a weird little thing. I'm excited to see an updated sprite for her in VB. I'd be shocked, I tell you, if we don't get some kind of Deep Sabers dim card, or dim, sooner than later. I'd be, again, shocked, because a lot of people seem to like the Deep Sabers. Plesiomon, Marine Angemon's another huge favorite. The Seadramon line you could totally squeeze in there. Those are a lot of fan favorite Digimon, so I'd be, again, shooketh if they did that. So here's something interesting. Another little tidbit of news. I'm finally getting my Digimon, or the Digivice colon, sent to me. The reason why, oh, look at that cutting. Oh, such a cutie. But the reason, or good news, I have my Digimon Digivice 2020, or Digivice colon as some people call it, finally coming in. If you're wondering why mine took so long to come in, I just needed to, I didn't have enough money to ship it over. It would have cost, I think, around like $50 to ship by itself, and I just thought that was ridiculous, so I bought a couple more things, just like cheap little things, from Japan, and by doing that, it didn't cost $50 anymore. It ended up costing a little bit more, and so I just, waited until I had the money to ship it over, and now I do, which is good. So, oh yeah, who is that? He's pretty cool looking. I don't think that's a reasonable Digimon on here. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see in a second. I don't like recognize his sprite. Let's see though. I was hoping he was gonna do a cut in. Hopefully we don't kill him before he does his cut in. Can't believe I'm saying that. Alright, well, I guess we'll never know. Let me know in the comments, please. But, yeah. I'm finally getting my Digivice 2020 coming in. I think it should come in before Christmas. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't, you know. I will be doing a video showing it off. There's a lot. I've seen some things that I didn't want to see. I know some spoilers for that device and possibly the show. Apparently you can beat the whole thing in like one sitting. I don't know how accurate it is to like the episodes we've been seeing so far. I don't know if it does go through the series or, you know, all of it or it up to a certain point. I really don't know. But I mean, if you can beat it in one sitting, it seems fairly short. But I mean, we'll see when it comes out. But there are some alternate evolutions for a few Digimon, 4 specifically, in that device. I don't know if I want to talk about it yet. I mean, I've been spoiled, but like if you haven't been spoiled, then I don't think I will talk about it. Plus, I mean, I might eventually have to talk about it because we really don't know exactly how to get them yet. I've seen some people who have them. I've seen what they are. Seen the sprites, but I don't think I've seen anyone say like, okay, here's exactly how I got it. It's still up in the air. And it seems like completing the quest mode doesn't seem to unlock them, so you might need to do something else. So, again, we'll see when it gets here. But I do know one thing that I had a feeling was going to happen is that it does not have any external like connection points or even internal connection points. This thing is its own standalone device. It is like a weird marriage between the CSA Digivice and an actual Digivice, you know, pedometer pet, essentially, which I don't know how to feel about. I mean, I already felt like that was going to be the case. I still feel like they could have maybe found a way to fit it in there. I guess because of the LED colors and everything, maybe that's what made it not easy or something. I really don't know. But I do wish they were able to figure that out, because it would have been a cute thing to do, you know, if it could at least connect to some two-prong devices. Even if it was just using the classic VPET style rules, I think it would have been fun. And it's a little slightly disappointing. But again, NBD. I am excited to finally get my hands on it. I want to see if there is some kind of not necessarily demo mode, but maybe like, you know, anime mode or CSA mode where you can just look at the animations that they've made for this device and also the LED animations play out. I don't know if this thing plays any music. I don't know if this thing has... I know it has a speaker, but I don't know if, like, the sounds are high quality from the anime or something like that, like the CSA device, or if it's just beeps and boops like the classic device. It's an interesting way to do it. I think that there is some merit in how they did this, and maybe if they can find a way to make it a bit more like a Digivice, while also making it as premium as a CSA device, I wouldn't mind them trying it again with something else, but I don't know. I really don't. And that's just how it is right now. But yeah, if we do get these new or side, I don't know what to call them. I guess I wouldn't necessarily call them new evolutions, but if we get these alternate routes, these alternate evolutions in Digimon 2020, Digimon Adventure 2020, it's gonna be pretty hype. I'm gonna be very excited. I already had a feeling we would see these guys, but to see them in this device and the fact that they're not their own separate Digimon, but, you know, like I said before, alternate evolutions, there's a good chance this actually might happen, and I'm very excited. I can't wait to see how they're gonna do it, and in what way. Again, I haven't seen any videos of anyone showing off the quest mode, so you know, it could mirror the show, because really, when you think about it, this device is coming out, came out this month, right? December. Digimon went on that pretty long hiatus due to COVID. I think it was, like a 3 to 4 month hiatus, maybe even longer. So the anime should be a lot further along than it actually is. We're in the mid-20s, I believe, and realistically, we would be almost near the end, because I think they confirmed that this series was going to be around 60 to 70 episodes. So this device really wasn't supposed... Oh, look, it's a mirror match. I see. I think it was Casey Jones that said, like, wait till you get to 41, and I'm like, okay, and it's like, oh, that's why. Fighting yourself. Trust nobody. Not even yourself. But, yeah. We're supposed to be definitely further along in the show, so I'm assuming that this device really wasn't supposed to spoil anything, but at this point, it is, since we're not really there yet in the show. Still no updates on the show necessarily, because we know it's going to be playing until like next year, give or take. We don't. I think they confirmed it to be around 88 episodes or something like that, which is fine, pretty long. I was expecting it to be that long, but you know, it's pretty long. I think just about as long as the first couple seasons, if not a bit longer. But the big thing that I'm wondering is, where's the future with the anime series? Are we gonna get like an O2 2020, and they're gonna try to, like, you know, do O2, but like, you know, O2 but better? I would appreciate that. I think that'd be really cool. O2 brought some really interesting ideas to the forefront, so if they were to try to like do that again and make it more cohesive, I would appreciate that. I don't know if anyone else would. Holy Dramon, there she is. Now let's kill her. But yeah, that's my, you know, just rant about stuff. I'm just wondering where the anime is going to go after this. Are we going to get another series in this reboot series? Are we going to get something like a brand new series focusing on the Vital Breath series? Is that going to get an anime tie-in? I don't know. You know? Because we're definitely... Well, I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, but... I mean... we're supposed to definitely be getting Survive. I think the first quarter of next year is what they said, which, again, I hope so. So we're getting a new game, that's for sure. We're getting the card game, that's like the biggest thing to come out next year. We're also getting the Vital Breath, which is another big thing. So we have like the essentially the 3 pillars of the Digimon franchise, which is, of course, the virtual pets, card game, and then actual games. So I'm wondering, I mean, obviously 2020 Adventure 2020 is still going to be happening at that point, so we're also going to be getting that. But I'm wondering, when that's done, what's next? You know, because I think it'll be done by the end of next year, right? We get an episode every week. I don't know. I think it'd be done by next year, so maybe they're just gonna hold off and continue to work on the next animation project. I'm assuming that's the idea. Like, while this is still going on, like, they're already working on the next animation project, if there's going to be one. If I, you know, if I had to pick like a wish list, I definitely would like a Tamers sequel. I know that's something everyone wants, and Konaka said himself that he would love to do it at this point. I mean, obviously, the idea is that it's got to be done by Konaka, which is the original writer. I would not accept anything less. I don't want it to be like Try, where it's really not done by anyone. Because was anyone who worked on Try like remotely involved with the original series at all? Because I know that was the thing with Kazuna. Because I believe in Kazuna, the character designer came back, and I believe one of the producers was like one of the writers, one of the original writers. So they really focused a lot on that aspect. And again, I still haven't seen Kizuna, but from what I hear, that heart is definitely there. That was kind of missing in Try. So Konaka has to at least be an executive producer, or at least just write the damn thing, for it to have that weight that it needs as a sequel, a posthumous sequel, obviously, because we did get that radio drama that takes place in 2018 where they're all older and Guilmon comes back, and I don't really know exactly what happens in that radio drama because I don't know if it's ever been fully translated, but we did get a sequel radio drama that took place in 2018, came out around that time, and people, you know, ever since then have been like, oh, this is like possible, so can we get this? Can be this animated, or like a sequel to the story that's animated? Something, anything? Because Tamer's a lot of people's favorite season, myself included. I really liked Tamer's growing up. I really enjoyed the way they wove in Digimon as an actual franchise into the show. Because like in that show, it's in essentially what is supposed to be like our world, where Digimon exists as a franchise. Oh, that's a really cool cut, and holy shit, Greymon looks so sick. That's really cool. But yeah, it's that's something I liked about Tamers. I think a lot of people liked about Tamers, where it's just like, you know, it was a card game. It was the V-Pets and everything. And like when they made the V-Pets, they actually inadvertently created the digital world, and I thought that was really cool. It's a cool series. If you've never seen Tamers, I don't really know what to tell you, because if you got into Digimon even in this year, I'm pretty sure it has been recommended to you ad nauseum. I don't think there's any much. I don't think there's anything else I can really say to convince you that you should go watch it, that everyone else in the fandom probably already hasn't told you. Because most people that are in the fandom are like me, we're like the old heads. So like most people, as far as old heads are concerned, stopped watching at Frontier or dropped Frontier like midway and prefer seasons 1, 2, and 3, and 3 is their favorite. That's like usually the go-to. Now, me personally, I kept watching. I like Frontier. I don't know if I'd consider it my favorite series, but I definitely like it a lot. And I've also watched Sabers, and I enjoyed Sabers. I haven't gone back and rewatched it since I originally watched it, but I do remember enjoying it quite a bit. And that was kind of it for me. I dropped off at exactly at Cross Wars. I was gonna try to get into it, but I just wasn't a fan of the whole Digi-fusing thing, and I just never got around to watching it. So, yeah. Again, Tamers, pretty good. Does it live up to the hype? I think so. Just because it's written in such a way that I feel like still holds up. It's a long series. I mean, they all are. But I still feel like the writing of Tamers really holds up because it's, you know, it has its moments where, of course, it's goofy, but especially as the series progresses, it gets more and more serious and the stakes get raised, and it's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know kind of where this franchise would be without Tamers, honestly. I think Tamers is such a important moment for the franchise. There's a lot of really cool fan servicey moments, especially for, I'm pretty sure for the Japanese fans, because if you didn't know, I'm pretty sure most people know, but like Ryo shows up, and Ryo, to like anyone in the West, like we were really only introduced to him briefly in 02 as like a slight cameo. I think we lost that one. Oh my god, we lost that one. What the hell? Maybe I'll call it a day here. We'll train up and try to beat WGM, you know, War Greymon. He's kind of a big deal now, so he likes to be called WGM. I don't know. That's just his thing. So I'll roll with it. But when he's not around, you gotta see what I call him. Anyway. Oh, sorry. Tamers reintroduces Ryo, and in Japan, there's an entire series of WonderSwan games in which Ryo is the main character, and then the main antagonist of that series is Millenniumon, and Millenniumon has made an appearance in Adventure 2020, which I think is interesting. So there may be a chance that we see Ryo in the show. It's like a 1% chance, but that's all I need, baby. I hope we do see Ryo. That's one of my wish. That's on my wish list for this series. Is alternate evolutions, which we've been getting so far with the dark evolutions. You know, the dark miasma or whatever. I don't know what they're calling those forms exactly. I mean, I know the names for the individual forms, but I mean like that type of evolution. I don't know what they're calling it, but we have those, which is cool, and I'm happy about that. Another thing is obviously Ryo, especially now that they're introducing Millenniumon. So Ryo was in the series of WonderSwan RPG games. Millenniumon was the main antagonist, and him showing up in Tamers is like this huge fan service moment because, you know, they reference him in O2. You see like the back of his head. You don't really get to see a good look at him. But in Tamers, he's like a pretty significant character. And the reason why he kind of shows up out of nowhere and you don't know much about his story is because if you played those games, you essentially know exactly what's going on. And that is like super cool. I wish we got those games in the West. I still wish we just at least get some translations. I don't think we still have, like, we're still missing translations for practically all those games. I think only like maybe the first game is translated, or maybe the first 2 games are translated. And Ryo has like maybe like 3 or 4. And these are like pretty long RPG type games with a lot of story that, you know, all we know of is just like the trickle down from the people that have played it that do speak the language, which is like a shame because Ryo's story, from what I've read, super interesting. So if you can tell, I'm losing my voice. I've been talking pretty much all day, so I'm gonna go because I need my voice for tomorrow, not only to record but also when I'm working. So yeah, we're gonna try to beat this quest mode tomorrow, boys and girls and everyone else. And like I said before, I'm gonna try, hopefully by tonight or maybe tomorrow, try to turbo a run on the Pendulum 20th so we can get something at least somewhat viable, because I allowed Super Ultimates, which I always allow because I just think it's funny, but at the same time I want to be able to not get completely creamed, so hopefully I can pull that off. We'll see. I don't have much time at all, so well, again, we'll see what happens. Wish me luck. That's all. Huge shout out to my patrons. Take care of yourselves. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go bye.